Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Book Notification Podcast, your go-to source for this week's new book releases. Today, we're looking at the week of April 7th to the 13th. There are over 400 plus new books being released this week, and there is no way we could cover them all. Visit booknotification.com to explore the full list of this week's new books. You can also follow your favorite authors so you'll be the first to know when their next book is available. As always, we have 10 books to highlight with a little something for everybody. Let's get into it. From #1 New York Times bestselling author Jennifer Weiner comes The Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hits, a deeply moving novel set against the glitz and chaos of early 2000s pop stardom. Cassie and Zoe Grossberg were thrust into the spotlight as the Griffin Sisters, a pop duo that defined the aughts. Together, they skyrocketed to the top, gracing MTV, SNL, and the cover of Rolling Stone. Cassie, a musical genius who never felt at ease in her own skin, preferred to stay in the shadows. Zoe, full of confidence and craving fame, lived for the stage. But fame has a price, and after one turbulent year, the band abruptly broke up. Now, 2 decades later, the sisters couldn't be further apart. Zoe is a suburban mom warning her daughter Cherry to avoid the spotlight, while Cassie has disappeared from public life entirely. But when Cherry begins unearthing the truth behind their breathtaking rise and infamous breakup, long-buried secrets surface, forcing all three women to confront their choices, their desires, and their complicated bonds. With richly developed characters, a nostalgic nod to the pop culture of the 2000s, a resonant tale of ambition, forgiveness, and family, the Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hits will captivate readers from the first note to the final encore. The Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hits hits the stage on April 8th. My Loving Husband is a gripping and addictive psychological thriller from Sheryl Browne. Can she really trust the man she married? A sip of coffee marks the start of another day. Her husband Cole, a renowned surgeon, spent the night at the hospital again, leaving her to get the kids ready on her own. It's become routine. Still, there's never been room to complain. She's loved him since the beginning, long before the fame, before the newspapers dubbed him the pride of the hospital. On the kitchen wall, their latest family photo hangs. The memory of that day lingers, not the smiles, but the way Cole had erupted in anger over nothing. He apologized later, blaming stress at work. Her heart had pounded with fear, but the smile remained. For the kids. Then the phone buzzes on the sleek, white kitchen island. A message from a withheld number appears. Your husband is planning to kill you. Most would assume what happens next. They'd be wrong, because Cole isn't the most dangerous person in this family. My Loving Husband comes home on April 7th. I Can't Even is the latest from New York Times bestselling author Jenn McKinlay. Julia Bloomer is called home to Gulls Harbor, California, a hilly seaside community just north of San Diego, by her two sisters, Sophie and Emily. When it is clear that their domineering mother, Babs, is critically ill, Julia catches the first plane out of New York City, hoping to mend the rift between her and Babs that has existed since Julia left home after the fight to end all fights 10 years ago. Much to her chagrin, Babs is not happy to see her, and it's not the reunion she hoped for. Julia moves back into her old bedroom, the one that overlooks the neighbor's house. While unpacking her few possessions and setting up a place to work at her desk, she is shocked to see her old boyfriend, literally the boy next door, Liam Murphy, in his old bedroom. She hides, hitting the floor and creeping back up to the windowsill to watch him as he works out in his room. The years have been good to Liam, very good, and Julia is alarmed by the attraction she still feels for the buff surfer boy whose heart she smashed to bits when she ran away a decade ago. While Babs' condition deteriorates, family secrets are revealed, and the past comes roaring back into the present. As the clock winds down on her time in Gulls Harbor, Julia frantically tries to help her sisters, make peace with her mother, and win back the first love she has never gotten over. Check out I Can't Even on April 8th. The Cure is a powerful new speculative thriller from Eve Smith. Living forever can be lethal. Ruth is a law-abiding elder, working out her national service, but she has secrets. Her tireless research into the disease that killed her young daughter had an unexpected outcome: the discovery of a vaccine against old age. Just one jab a year wards off age-related diseases, guaranteeing long, healthy life. But Ruth's cure was hijacked by her colleague, Barrett Grunlinger, and his elderly billionaire backer, and Superjuve, a premium upgrade, was created, driving human lifespan to a new high. The wealthy elite who take it are the supers, and the population begins to rocket. Then a perilous side effect of Superjuve emerges, with catastrophic consequences. And as the planet is threatened, the population rebels, and laws are passed to restore order. Life ends at 120. Supers are tracked down by omnicide investigators like Mara and executed. Mara has her own reasons for hunting supers, and she forms an unlikely alliance with Ruth to find Grunlinger. But Grunlinger has been working on something even more radical, and is one step ahead, with a deadly surprise in store for both of them. Find the Cure on April 10th. Napoleon's Shadow Wife is a historical novel about Countess Marie Waleska by James Conroyd Martin. How could an emperor like Napoleon Bonaparte be so captivated by the 20-year-old Polish Countess Marie Waleska, admittedly a rare beauty, but of minor nobility, that their affair would last through both his marriages? And if it wasn't romance that first drew Marie to Napoleon, what was it? At just 8 years old, Marie finds her life forever changed by the death of her father, killed in a battle against the Russians. This tragedy sparks a deep, lifelong patriotism in her as Poland is fragmented and divided among Russia, Prussia, and Australia. A fan of Napoleon since her school days, Marie eagerly seizes the opportunity to meet him when he passes through the former Poland. His intention to secure military support for his campaign to conquer Russia. She seeks only to express Poland's gratitude and hope he would restore the nation's independence. She never imagined a romantic entanglement. But Napoleon, taken with her patriotism, youth, and beauty, soon sets his sights on her and begins a campaign to win her heart. Though Marie resists, powerful forces pressure her, just as they had in her marriage, to give in to the emperor's desires. Check out Napoleon's Shadow on April 13th. Ireland is a new entry in the Crossroads saga by Sylvia Day. Ireland Vital is the third generation to control Vital Records, and she's on track to lead the recording company to greater heights. She's the youngest of an affluent, prominent family, headed by her eldest brother, Gideon Cross, one of the richest men in the world. Despite her siblings' outsized shadows, Ireland has carved her own identity. But the clever, stunning beauty with fierce tenacity and a heart of gold has yet to find a man with whom to share her life. Someone who doesn't need her connections to be successful. Then a chance meeting with Ronan Boudreau sparks an irresistible attraction. He has it all: wealth, charm, a wickedly provocative talent for seduction, and he could hold his own against her powerful family. He offers Ireland everything she's ever wanted, but at what price? Waiting in the wings, someone from the distant past bides his time until he can unleash his vendetta against the Vitals. He's got old scores to settle, and when he sets his plan in motion, everything and everyone Ireland loves is in his crosshairs. Ireland comes your way on April 8th. The Marriage Rules is an addictive psychological thriller from Samantha Hayes. The rules are there to keep their family safe. But what happens when they get broken? Fiona Fisher lives a quiet and contented existence. A former nurse who married Jason, the doctor of her dreams. She is now a mother to his two daughters and living in the sort of cozy village home she'd always wished for. Life is pretty much perfect in every way, as long as they stick to their rules. Everyone in bed by 8 o'clock sharp. No loud music, no news on the TV, no social media. The house phone is for emergency use only. Locks on every door, no leaving the house, and absolutely no talking about the past. But one day, someone starts breaking the rules. Follow the marriage rules on April 9th. Smokebirds is the debut novel from Daniel Breyer. In the near future, when every autumn is fire season in California, wealthy San Franciscans flee their city for smoke-free pastures. Among them are the Petersons, a family enriched by the lumber industry, who traditionally spend every August in Hawaii. This annual retreat, once a period of leisure and luxury with golf, hikes, and high society mingling, takes a turn when 22-year-old Cole Peterson aligns himself with Aid for Earth, a climate justice organization. Cole and Aid for Earth proceed to mire the Peterson family in scandal, alleging that Peterson Lumber started a forest fire, covered up their culpability, and then profited off a government contract to extract the burnt lumber. Smokebirds is not just a narrative about the complexity of familial bonds and the facade of integrity. It is a commentary on the enduring power of privilege against the backdrop of climate justice. It captures the tension between societal expectations of accountability and the reality of an elite untouched by the demands for change. Reflecting on who truly bears the cost of our environmental crises, find Smokebirds on April 8th. Pickled is the second book in the Bailey Brothers duet by A.J. Wynter. It can be read as a standalone. Gideon Bailey is the biggest star in the NHL. He's also notoriously grumpy. Friends, women, distractions, especially the perky girl next door who struts around in tennis skirts and delivers casseroles like she's on a mission from the neighborhood association. Gideon's laser focus is on one thing, winning the cup. But when a career-threatening injury sidelines him, it turns his carefully constructed world upside down. Who is Gideon Bailey if he's not a hockey star? Will his casserole delivering, pickleball playing, single mom neighbor be the key to rediscovering himself and finding something even more valuable than a Stanley Cup? Get Pickled on April 12th. Finally, best-selling author Kiersten Modglin brings us Nine Pines. Nine Pines Inn is a safe place. At least it was until a young girl disappeared during her stay. On a mission to learn about her enigmatic past, Lennon understands one thing: the truth lies at Nine Pines. But as the whispers and rumors surrounding the inn's history pique her curiosity, the allure of the mystery still haunting the place draws her in. In a small town where gossip is traded as currency, Lennon's instincts about whom to trust will be put to the ultimate test as she seeks the truth about where she came from and just what secrets the old inn is hiding. Miles away, Ingrid's husband is lying. At least his cryptic behavior would suggest he is. Determined to get to the bottom of his suspicious activity, Ingrid partners with a stranger to test him. But when the woman who meets her husband for the setup suddenly vanishes, Ingrid finds herself buried beneath more questions than she started with. Is there an innocent explanation for the woman's disappearance? Or is the answer something much more sinister? To the rest of the world, the missing girls have been forgotten. As both women dig deeper for clues, nothing could prepare them for the dark and disturbing truth just waiting to be unearthed. Find Nine Pines on April 11th. That's our 10 books for this week. Until next time, you can check out booknotification.com. Book Notification offers an easy way to track your reading lists, follow your favorite authors, and never miss a new release. Our website is completely free to use, and it's packed with features to make your reading life easier. You can follow your favorite authors and get notified whenever they release new books. We send out an email every Tuesday with a list of fresh releases from the authors you love, but that's not all. You can track your reading progress, mark books as read, rate and review them, and even import your data from Goodreads, Calibre, Libby, and more. Want to discover something new? Check out Reader's Roulette for book recommendations, or use our personalized book release calendar to stay up to date with the latest titles. You can even tag books with custom labels, just like on Goodreads shelves, and get tailored recommendations for what to read next based on your current book. Whether you're looking for books in publication or want to see them listed in chronological order, we've got it covered. Plus, all of our authors are audited by real people, so you know the information is accurate. So why not give it a try and join the thousands of readers already using our site to stay on top of their reading game? Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week with another 10 books.